Throughout history, ships have sailed not just as vessels, but as symbols of power, exploration, and fortune. From the lost riches of the San Jose to the silent wreck of Texing deep in the South China Sea, these are no ordinary shipwrecks. They sank with secrets, vanished in storms, or were swallowed whole by legend. But each left something behind, a mystery frozen in time. Join us as we uncover the 25 rarest sunken ships of all time you've never seen, and the forgotten stories they took to the deep. 25. Texing, 1822. They called it the Titanic of the East, but most people have no idea it even existed. That's how rare this wreck is. In 1822, the Texing sank in the South China Sea with over 1,600 lives lost, making it one of the deadliest shipwrecks in history. When it was found in 1999, divers uncovered 350,000 pieces of rare porcelain sealed in mud. Some say the real treasure wasn't gold, but a forgotten dynasty frozen in time. Stick around. What they found near the captain's bunk is wild. 24. SS Arctic, 1854. No women, no children. Only men survived. What happened aboard the SS Arctic sent shockwaves through the 19th century society. After colliding with another ship in thick fog, the Arctic began to sink fast. But panic struck, and the crew abandoned all order, taking lifeboats for themselves. Over 300 people were lost, mostly families. The wreck was never found, and survivor testimonies sparked international outrage. One letter found in a bottle read, "Tell them I did not survive with honor." 23. USS Samuel B. Roberts, 1944. It was supposed to be outgunned, outmatched, and out of time. But the USS Samuel B. Roberts didn't back down. In the brutal battle off Samar during World War II, this destroyer escort charged a much larger Japanese fleet and paid the price. It sank with courage etched into steel, earning the nickname the destroyer escort that fought like a battleship. In 2022, its wreck was discovered at nearly 7,000 meters deep, the deepest shipwreck ever found. And there's more buried with it than we thought. 22. Endurance, 1915. A ship trapped in ice for months, and yet when found, it looked almost untouched. Sir Ernest Shackleton's Endurance sank in Antarctica after being crushed by ice, leaving his crew stranded on frozen wilderness. For over a century, its location remained a mystery. Then in 2022, explorers found it perfectly preserved in the icy deep, as if it had never been touched. The cold kept it intact, but the story inside? That's what will send shivers down your spine. 21. Queen Anne's Revenge, 1718. It belonged to the most feared pirate in history, Blackbeard himself. And when it vanished, so did its terrifying legend. Originally a French slave ship, Queen Anne's Revenge was captured and outfitted with 40 cannons. After months of terrorizing the Atlantic, Blackbeard mysteriously ran it aground near North Carolina. Some say he did it to hide treasure. Artifacts like surgical tools, gold dust, and pistols have been recovered, but no treasure yet. Could it still be buried in the sand? 20. Mary Rose, 1545. She sank right before the king's eyes, with nearly 500 men aboard, and vanished for over 4 centuries. The Mary Rose, King Henry VIII's warship, tipped over during battle and slipped beneath the Solent. When it was raised in 1982, historians found preserved clothing, longbows, and musical instruments, offering an eerie window into Tudor life. Some say the ship whispered from the deep. What they found inside the crew's cabin stunned archaeologists. More on that in a second. 19. Vasa, 1628. It sailed barely 1,300 meters before tipping over, in front of a crowd. Sweden's grand warship became a national embarrassment overnight. The Vasa sank on its maiden voyage in Stockholm Harbor, doomed by poor design and too much firepower. But in 1961, it was raised in near perfect condition. Inside were skeletal remains, weapons, and decorated carvings, frozen in time. And wait until you see what was found preserved in the officer's trunk. We'll get there. 18. HMS Gloucester, 1682. The ship carried the future King of England and nearly killed him. The HMS Gloucester ran aground due to the prince's reckless navigation, sinking in minutes. Over 130 nobles and crew died, while James II barely escaped. The wreck was discovered in 2007, but kept secret for 15 years to prevent looting. Inside were sealed wine bottles, shoe buckles, and handwritten documents. But what was found beside the prince's private quarters still hasn't been revealed. 17. SS Central America, 1857. It triggered a financial crisis and vanished with 30,000 pounds of California gold. Known as the Ship of Gold, the SS Central America sank during a hurricane, dragging treasure and nearly 400 souls into the Atlantic. When the wreck was found in the 1980s, it led to decades of legal battles over the recovered fortune. But here's the mystery. A portion of its gold is still missing, and some believe it's cursed. You'll see why soon. 16. La Belle, 1686. France claimed new land through this claim, but it ended up buried in Texas mud for centuries. La Belle, the flagship of explorer La Salle, sank during a storm near Matagorda Bay. In 1995, archaeologists uncovered the wreck, with its wooden hull intact, along with weapons, tools, and personal items from 17th century settlers. Many call it the best preserved colonial shipwreck in North America. And what they found sealed in a leather pouch? It changed how we view French exploration. 15. HMS Harrier, 1809. She vanished without a single trace. No distress call, no debris, no survivors. The HMS Harrier, a Royal Navy brig sloop, departed for the East Indies in 1809 and was never seen again. Speculation ran wild. Storms, piracy, mutiny? Nothing has ever been confirmed. Some historians believe she lies deep off Madagascar's coast, still intact. And here's the twist. Logs from a nearby vessel recorded a strange light and explosion that same night. Coincidence? Maybe. 14. Santo Antonio, 1527. A treasure ship wrecked in sight of the English coast, but not all of its gold was recovered. The Santo Antonio, a Portuguese carrack, ran aground near Cornwall while carrying precious cargo from India. Locals rushed to the wreck, salvaging what they could. But divers believe chests of valuables still lie beneath Gunawalo Bay. And one underwater scan recently revealed something shaped like a sealed vault. That's what I'll show you in a moment. 13. Nuestra Senora de Atocha, 1622. The Nuestra Senora de Atocha, a Spanish treasure ship, sank in 1622 off the Florida Keys during a fierce hurricane. The ship was carrying a massive fortune in silver, gold, and emeralds. In 1985, the wreck was discovered, and it revealed one of the most valuable finds in history, treasures worth around $400 million. This discovery not only fascinated treasure hunters, but also marked a pivotal moment in shipwreck exploration, drawing global attention to the Atocha's hidden riches. 12. SS Vatarnia, 1888. They called it the Titanic of Gujarat, and its disappearance sparked legends that still echo through India. The SS Vatarnia was overloaded with passengers when it sailed into a cyclone and simply vanished. Over 700 lives were lost, and not a single body recovered. To this day, the wreck has never been found, fueling rumors of curses, black magic, and ghost sightings near the coast. And the captain? He sent no signal and left behind no log. 11. Baron Gouch, 1914. It was meant to be a luxury escape, but turned into a floating tomb. Just weeks into World War I, the Baron Gouch, an Austro-Hungarian passenger liner, struck a friendly naval mine in the Adriatic Sea. It sank in minutes, killing over 170 people, many of them civilians. Today, it rests off Croatia, almost fully intact, with staircases and railings eerily preserved. Divers report hearing knocking sounds inside. Could it be trapped air or something else? 10. SS Mahino, 1935. This wreck didn't sink. It was thrown ashore and left to rust like a forgotten beast. The SS Mahino, a former luxury liner and World War I hospital ship, was being towed when a cyclone snapped the line. It drifted to Fraser Island, Australia, where it still sits half buried in sand. Tourists visit daily, but few know its violent past, or the fact that witnesses claim to see flickering lights at night deep inside the hull. 9. SS Garsopa, 1941. Torpedoed by a German U-boat, it sank quietly, but what it carried sparked a race to the bottom. The SS Garsopa was loaded with 240 tons of silver bullion, meant for war funding. It rested nearly 3 miles deep until 2011, when divers recovered $210 million worth of silver, the largest precious metal recovery in history. Yet, 30 tons are still missing, and one salvager claims a sealed compartment was purposely left untouched. What's still down there? 8. HMS Lutine, 1799. Sinking quickly, she dragged an entire fortune and a legend beneath the waves. The HMS Lutine was carrying gold and silver to shore up European markets, but a storm wrecked her off the Dutch coast. Only one crew member survived. Most of the treasure still unrecovered. To this day, Lloyd's of London rings the Lutine bell every time a ship sinks or is saved. But here's the twist, some believe the bell itself is cursed. 7. SS City of Cairo, 1942. She was carrying silver, tea, and hundreds of passengers until a German U-boat sent her to the bottom. The SS City of Cairo was torpedoed in the South Atlantic, and survivors drifted for over a month, with some dying just days before rescue. The wreck sat 17,000 feet down, until it was discovered in 2011. More than 100 tons of silver were recovered, but oddly, the captain's safe was found unopened, with no one claiming ownership. 6. Santa Maria, 1492. You've heard of Columbus, but did you know his flagship sank before he even returned home? The Santa Maria ran aground off the coast of modern-day Haiti and broke apart during his first voyage. Some believe the ship was intentionally wrecked to establish a Spanish fort. To this day, no confirmed wreck has been found. A site discovered in 2014 was later debunked. So where did history's most famous ship actually go? 5. Le Griffon, 1679. The first large ship to sail the Great Lakes, and the first to vanish without a trace. Built by French explorer La Salle, the Le Griffon set off from Green Bay and was never seen again. No distress signal, no survivors, not even debris. For centuries, divers have searched Lake Michigan, convinced it lies hidden beneath the silt. Some claim they found it, but every discovery so far has ended in controversy. So, what's really down there? 4. SS Wartara, 1909. It was called the Titanic of the Southern Hemisphere, and it disappeared without a single piece of evidence. The SS Wartara vanished between Durban and Cape Town with over 200 people aboard. No lifeboats, no wreckage. Multiple search missions failed to find a trace. Some say it was swallowed by a rogue wave. Others claim supernatural forces. To this day, it remains one of the greatest unsolved maritime disappearances in history. But one sonar scan raised more questions than answers. 3. Merchant Royal, 1641. They called it the El Dorado of the seas, and it's still out there. The Merchant Royal sank off Cornwall loaded with gold, silver, and jewels, an estimated 1.3 billion pounds in today's value. Though many claim to have found it, no wreck has ever been verified. In 2007, a sunken treasure sparked global headlines, but turned out to be another ship. So, where is the Merchant Royal? Some divers think they're close, but something always seems to stop them. 2. Flor de la Mar 1511. A storm took it down, but the legend keeps rising. The Flor de la Mar, a Portuguese treasure ship, was returning from the conquest of Malacca with riches meant for the king: gold, gems, spices, and silks. Then, off the coast of Sumatra, it vanished in a violent storm. Estimates value the lost cargo at over $2 billion. To this day, treasure hunters keep searching, but the wreck remains unfound, and some say it's guarded by a curse. 1. San Jose, 1708. It's the holy grail of shipwrecks, and it might be worth more than all the others combined. The Spanish galleon San Jose was carrying an estimated $20 billion in gold, silver, and emeralds when it was sunk by the British off the coast of Colombia. Discovered in 2015, its exact location is still classified. Why? Because multiple countries are fighting over the treasure, and one rumor claims what's hidden inside the hull is more than just gold. Beneath the waves lie stories the world forgot until now. If this journey through the rarest shipwrecks amazed you, drop a like to help others discover it too. Subscribe for more hidden stories and lost legends from the deep, and tell us in the comments, which wreck would you dive for?